After finally completing the game The Throne of the Soul, the system congratulated him for being the first king to sit on the Throne of Souls. But as he celebrated, being the first player to clear the game, someone joined his live stream, ending his life on the spot. The mysterious figure in an angry voice, "You a mere ant want to be a king, perish for your sins." Suddenly, he hears doctors shouting his heart rate has dropped to 0. Perform CPR. 3, 2, 1. A bright light flashes. He hears again. 3, 2, 1 inch. Panting, he wakes up with dirty medieval clothes. He's confused. What's going on? He vaguely recalls being stabbed by someone as he checks himself. Then, he notices all the zombies around. He realizes that he is sitting on top of zombie corpses. Squeezing, his head starts to hurt so much, like it's being ripped apart. Finally, he remembers everything. He is 20 years old by Chi, who gained more fans when he live-streamed this game. The open-world RPG game Throne of Souls. It is set in a medieval Western fantasy setting, where a sudden crashing of advanced alien ships starts the story. This game was so difficult that people flocked to live streamers who played the game to watch them suffer instead of playing. Suddenly startling him, the system announces that you have died, but you have been reborn. It announces that player by Chi, your death automatically triggers the special reward obtained from the Throne of Souls, the key to rebirth. Turns out he is reborn in the world of Throne of Souls. However, he complains that he should have been reborn in a love game, not in this stupid Throne of Souls. Annoyed, he asks the system its true purpose, as it doesn't easily give benefits so easily. The system reveals it wasn't him to again sit on the Throne of Souls again, and this time clearing it, he can use time travel to return to the original world. However, he reveals he won't do it, as even a dog could kill me in hellish mode in this game. So the system reveals that, under his account, he has defeated hundreds of enemies, and he can copy their skills after completing a task. Turns out there are hundreds of games in the system, and he can inherit any ability from any game there. Of course you can choose to be a civilian, the final choice is yours. But he figures out that the system is trying to bait him into becoming a civilian, making him more determined to follow the path of the king. Since he is sure to not be a civilian again, he asks are there any time limits or penalties. The system replies that there are none and asks if he still wants to be a king. With enthusiasm, he signs the contract. The system announces, player by Chi, I hope you ascend again soon. A shaking figure from the roof calls him out. The figure attached to the roof asks him didn't he die before? Are you reborn? However, the level 21 princess guard asks him to quickly find a way to let them down before the beasts return. Level 22 human warrior House tells everyone to not expect much from a little timid boy. If it wasn't for the traitors, we wouldn't end up like this. Level 20 cat beast Daegu says let's just die like this. I am tired. Meow. Finally he sees level 12 Mina, the princess of the Kingdom of Stars. He's surprised that they are not NPCs, and the place, the Wailing Cave, is not for beginners. He regrets not choosing the civilian path, thinking his current situation is terrifying. Bai Chi is at level 1 while the Wailing Cave is for players from level 20 to 30. The Hell level difficulty presents an impossible task ahead of Bai. A massive skulled figure with multiple horns holding a big axe appears on the poster. The player was confused by the game's main storyline order. It starts with Anka Village, but logically, it should begin with being born in levels 1 to 10 in Anka Village. In the second part, Burnt Jungle, levels 10 to 20, players complete quests and trigger a forced storyline. Then, in levels 20 to 30, they're captured in Wailing Cave, tasked with rescuing Princess Mina and breaking out. Bai, the player, is now focused on choosing an initial profession to plan future tactics, with escape being crucial. Bai activates the initial profession selection, a bright light sparks, and the system confirms activation. Bai now has the option to choose their profession. The system presents options: Brave Warrior for close combat, Wood Mage for long range, Assassin for both, and Elemental for versatility in combat range. Another option, Outcast, is presented. Bai's utilization of the Outcast profession helped him become the first player to clear the game while achieving all achievements, making his plans evident to the system. The main quests were updated: survive and reach the exit of the Wailing Cave to earn 1 point. The system reveals that 25% of items are in the current game account's warehouse, with the rest unlocked in a new account, each with 25% usage rights. Bai recognizes survival and escapes as paramount. He receives advice from hanging figures, urging him to untie a rope connected to a large stone, aiding their escape. Bai, confused by the ropes, unties them. All the hanging figures descend, including Princess Mina, who appears fainted. While discussing, a skull-headed monster suddenly appears, startling everyone. The skull-headed monster, Modik, Blood Axe, introduces himself as the leader of the Plague Beast clan. He warns them to stay in the storage room if they value their lives, as they're now his food. Modix Howl signals an attack, and they're all attacked by the beast. Assessing the danger, Bai decides against battling to avoid death. Instead, he plans to venture alone into the cave to obtain the account unlock reward. Bai thinks that the main priority is to survive, and he will decide if he has to rescue them or not. Before untying the rope, Bai realizes everything was just his imagination. Deciding to prioritize his own safety, he leaves the place alone, without helping Princess Mina and her party. Disappointed with Bai's decision, one of the hanging figures comments on his inability to survive. Bai asserts that they will soon understand his intentions as the time approaches. A level 5 Plague Beast cub confronts Bai, but as an outcast at level 1, he stands no chance and is doomed to die. Plague Beast cub attacks Bai. He realizes that even if he chooses not to rescue, the battle is inevitable and defeating the level 5 monster may be challenging. Bai rolls down and dodges the attack of the monster, but he thinks that battling the monster is not impossible. Bai dodges again, surprising the hanging figures, who attribute it to luck. Daegu is impressed by the moves made by Bai, but he does not care as he just wants to go and die. Bai attributes his sharp reflexes and experience to countless battles, despite lacking bonuses from professional equipment attributes. The monster throws a bomb, assuming it killed Bai, but Bai emerges from the flames, surprising everyone, and starts attacking the monster, reducing its life. Bai Chi kept on attacking the monster and lowered its life, and Bai made the last attack, killing the monster. Princess Mina's party is shocked, realizing they underestimated Bai. However, they note that even killing the monster won't increase his survival rate. Bai believes he killed the monster through experience and predictions, but acknowledges that his stats and weapons are weak. Chi believes it doesn't matter, as he already chose to be an outcast and should adapt to an unconventional playing style. The system shows that player Bai Chi defeated level 5 Plague Beast cub and obtained 100 spirit points, 2 golden coins, a weapon, and melee attack power. Bai checks his panel and finds it lacking, with only 900 spirit points left for upgrades. He concludes that killing monsters isn't effective at the moment. Bai's main goal is to escape the cave safely and quickly. The hanging figures indirectly ask for help, suggesting that more people would make battling the monsters easier. Princess Mina wakes up and tells Gray not to bother helping anymore, expressing that it's okay to die if one can't get out of trouble with their own power. Gray was not aware of Princess Mina and asked when he woke up. Princess Mina advises Bai that even with confidence, there's a thin line between life and death, so caution is crucial. After hearing Princess Mina's suggestion, Bai decides to keep his plans to himself. He believes that even if he promises to return and save her, the princess won't believe him. Disappointed, Princess and her party urge House to channel his energy into finding a solution instead of cursing Bai. Bai tells Princess that according to the original game plot, even if he doesn't save them, they'll find a way to escape on their own. However, if he doesn't help, he'll miss several achievements related to Princess Mina. Saving them depends on whether Bai can smoothly reach the exit and the reward he'll receive. He emphasizes that while allies are important, his survival comes first. Being the last dungeon of the first chapter, it holds many hidden treasures. Bai explores every corner of the cave, familiarizing himself with its secrets. To encounter the fewest enemies with the lowest levels, Bai must choose that path and save a key character. Bai hides in the corner and observes a monster returning with a large hammer in hand. Voices emanate from a barrel, assuring Bai it's not a plague beast and inviting him closer. Bai remains quiet, but a voice from the barrel comes saying that Bai must be wondering how a jar is talking. Inside the barrel is a person who enters the cave to hunt for treasures. They hid in the jar to avoid plague beasts but got accidentally sealed inside by faulty magic, unable to escape. Bai approaches the jar, and the person inside instructs him to break it to release them. They reassure Bai that there are no plague beasts nearby and that breaking the jar won't attract attention. Bai breaks the jar, revealing Lucci inside. Lucci questions Bai's abandonment of level 1 but acknowledges owing Bai a favor. Bai asks Lucci for help, explaining that his friend has been captured by the plague beasts in the cave, feeling too weak to save them himself. Lucci understood the request, but he thought that Bai was brave, but he was not wise enough. Bai is lucky that he met Lucci. Lucci assures that Bai will be safe with Lucci and they move forward together. As they moved forward, a level 18 plague beast adult observed them and launched an attack. Lucci detects the beast's scent and counterattacks with a massive sword, having the beast's life. Mr. Lucci, Angered by being trapped in the jar, swiftly kills the beast by decapitation. Bai is so impressed by the fight done by Lucci. Lucci questions how he entered the cave to hunt for treasures without abilities. Bai and Lucci continue to move together. They end up at a place and Bai says that he heard his friend's voice from there. Bai's unsure if his friend can hang on, so he turns to Mr. Lucci for help. Lucci confidently claims it's easy, then swiftly pushes Bai off the cliff with his fastest method. Bai falls down from the cliff and Lucci laughs at him and pretends like he did it unintentionally. Lucci admits it's an old habit. He can't resist kicking someone standing on a cliff's edge. Lucci acknowledges he could resist, knowing Bai was reborn, as it's an iron law that such individuals face punishment upon discovery. Bai asks from below how Lucci knew he was reborn. Lucci feigns ignorance, pretending not to understand. Lucci was surprised as Bai fell from the high place, but he is still alive. Bai's injured but alive. He explains he wouldn't have survived if he jumped, but being kicked by Mr. Lucci saved him. Bai acknowledges the real pain of his injuries despite his inability to die. He's aware of the equipment below that could help. The system shows one blood spirit jar and one glowing stone fragment obtained. Lucci, puzzled, moves away, finding reborn people weird. He regrets not stabbing Bai with a sword from behind. Bai realizes this scenario isn't from Throne of Souls and queries the system about the translation of reborn. After drinking, Bai comes back to normal. The system reveals that most information is locked, but it discloses that reborn refers to people who return from the dead due to unknown special circumstances. Bai is perplexed by the locked information setting, suspecting its importance and that information won't be freely given. Bai acknowledges the tricky nature of the identity being punished upon discovery and resolves to handle it carefully to avoid an unexpected demise. Bai does not have to worry about it. He notes no plague beasts behind him, yet remains wary, considering the terrain insidious. He warns the real danger has just begun, advising against letting down one's guard. Bai already knows everything about this world except for a few new unknown elements. In the center of this imaginary world called Pascalo, there is a huge crystal called the World of the Souls. Till one day. It was the day when a spacecraft named Deep Void Unmanned Advanced Ship suddenly crashed into this world. People in the world were surprised by it. The alien spacecraft crashed right where the World of the Soul stood, causing its foundation to collapse instantly. Pascalo neared its end but didn't perish entirely. Instead, it fractured, giving birth to diverse species and civilizations. The place whereby he now is one of the abandoned ruins belonging to the underground civilization. Beneath the Wailing Cave lies a mysterious underground river outlet. The mission was simply to reach an exit alive, leaving Bai a chance to skip class. Though this path isn't guarded by the Plague Beast clan, the death rate is much higher than the main path because one must accurately determine the location of the platforms sticking out from the rock wall. Bai spots a location with a deep hole and sharp objects, realizing one wrong move could mean death. With that, Bai jumps, accustomed to trading countless deaths for experience. For Bai, reaching successfully to the bottom of the abyss is not a problem. The only thing he needs to pay attention to is that the closer he gets to the bottom, the narrower the metal platforms. While he was talking to himself, a figure behind him appeared saying that he should almost be at the bottom. Suddenly, Bai realizes that someone is behind him and turns around trying to attack him. However, the figure jumps and dodges the attack by Bai while Bai asks who he is. At level 30, Harvey, a human elemental ranger, comments on Bai's temper and humorously asks if he scared him by suddenly appearing behind him. Laughing, Bai angrily asks why he suddenly appeared behind him. Bai suggests that Harvey emerged from the depths of the cave where he was collecting props, prompting the question of whether Harvey too experienced a rebirth. Harvey notes Bai's slow reaction but holds no blame. He contrasts their experiences, while Bai believes he was reborn into an unlucky level 1 outcast's body. Harvey attacks by saying that he does not have the motivation to kill a side character like him. After the attack, Bai, injured, kneels and questions why he was targeted despite never harming Harvey. Harvey smiles at Bai, poking him gently, and remarks that while regressors may be considered enemies by all, Bai attacks Harvey with his wooden stick but it breaks down. Harvey dismisses Bai's lack of understanding as typical for a level 1 outcast and suggests it's not worth his time to continue assisting him. Harvey says that he won't directly kill Bai as he shows the way. He states that if Bai survives, he won't object if Bai seeks revenge. Tiredly, Bai asks the system about all these things happening. Bai must uncover the hidden truths of this world on his own. Due to special events Bai encountered, he has unlocked 3 pieces of hidden information about regressors. In this world, regressors are seen as evil heretics and universally despised. A horde of monsters emerges, revealing that regressors are those reincarnated into this world, with the ability to inhabit multiple bodies. The reason behind this phenomenon remains a mystery. Outcast appears in the frame while the system says that outcasts can obtain unique information about other jobs through job changes. Exhausted, Bai collapses, questioning the system's timing in divulging information and acknowledging the challenges of the Throne of Souls world. However, Bai manages to hold on and come back to his senses. Bai holds tightly so as not to fall. Bai Chi seizes the chance for rebirth, refusing to squander the opportunity despite his precarious position deep within the cave. Bai feels huge pain but he tends to endure it. Unfortunately, Bai falls from and hits the ground. After falling, his life also decreases. Despite that, Bai laughs and says he won the bet as the exit was just 10 meters ahead and he just had to crawl. Bai notices the sound and smell he is feeling there. Suddenly, a wiggly tooth fusion beast level 25 comes in front of Bai. Expecting no monsters, Bai was taken aback when another one appeared. Wiggly Tooth Fusion Beast comes behind by Chi. The monster's eye-shaped orbs burst, and Chi urges quick action, capitalizing on its slow initial movement to crawl towards the exit fast. Chi gets surrounded by those balls and says those things will split into its fast-moving second form which he needs to avoid. He gets lost while those eyeballs come around him and Bai says the only thing about the current situation is death. Those eyeballs come on the way of Bai to attack him. Bai warns not to underestimate him, citing his experience in numerous battles. Bai falls to the ground. Chi encounters strong acid corrosion, capable of devouring nearly any living being effortlessly. Bai gets into extreme pain but he does not give up as it is the only path left if he wants to live. Chi has clothes that can protect him to some extent while the attacker Wiggly Tooth Fusion Beast gets its skin exposed directly which kills them. The aim of Chi is to get to the exit and he moves clumsily due to extreme pain. Chi moves forward slowly thinking of his past life as he doesn't want the same again. Born in poverty in the mountains, the owner of the restaurant scolds him for not washing the plates quickly. He studies by torchlight at night, until the owner scolds him for it. Bai never lost hope for having a great future and he sits there thinking of his ill mother. He even did a food delivery job. He used to deliver food even in the rain but used to get scolded by people for being late. Remembering everything, Bai was still on the way to escape the cave. Bai gets down into the poisonous river. Chi keeps his head up and he again stands as he has to leave the place. Despite that, he refuses to die. With extreme pain, Bai keeps moving forward and the system shows that he has successfully escaped the Wailing Cave. Bai got 1 point and had the chance of the options that he wanted. The system offered him to choose to unlock 25% of item usage rights in the previous game account's inventory or randomly unlock a new game account and the corresponding 25% of the usage rights. As soon as he made his decision, a green light sparked. Bai used Holy Bloodiness Essence which is God-level consumable that restores 100% of blood and permanently increases peak level plus 30. After that, Bai equipped the set of Bloodthirsty Shadows. He also got the Scarlet Killing Blade. All the Wiggly Tooth Fusion Beast gets shattered as Bai gets to the end. Bai comes with the newly equipped Bloodthirsty Shadow set. The Wiggly Tooth Fusion Beast still comes to attack him but all of them die by the attack of Bai. Bai was not afraid of the monster. All the Wiggly Tooth Fusion Beast now fuse together. The beast howls together behind Bai. The system shows the hidden mission which was to kill the Wiggly Tooth Fusion Beast and he would receive 3 times the soul points as a reward. Bai was waiting for it and he now gets ready to kill the monster. It was the mission he was waiting for and now he activates the Scarlet Flame. Activating the flame, Bai sprints towards the Wiggly Tooth Fusion Beast. He goes towards them saying the real battle has just begun. Bai Chi attacks the Wiggly Tooth Fusion Beast to lead him to die. The beast even tries to counterattack Bai, but he is aware of it. Bai inserts the Scarlet Blade into the monster and gives the bone excruciating pain. The system shows debuff caused by Scarlet Flames will explode in the cut world and the damage will last for 15 seconds. The pain will also go deep down into the bone. The Wiggly Tooth Fusion Beast screams due to extreme pain. Bai asks if the monster is in pain and now he goes on to kill him. Multiple figures same as Bai with the shadow suit appear around the monster. The system reveals that the player can transform into several shadow clones that will focus on the target and they are immune to all physical and magical attacks for 5 seconds. All the shadow clones attack the beast while it screams in pain. When Bai attacks it with the flame, the life of the beast goes down. The system finally shows that he has successfully killed the beast and received double the soul point reward. A quote appears saying a faint light is stronger than a raging fire. The level of Bai upgrades by 8. Bai thinks that leveling up in the Throne of Souls souls is quite difficult. Once, Bai had summarized the rules and values for obtaining soul points and leveling up during the livestream. The system shows additional achievements in which Bai received 108 gold coins and a filthy crystal bottle. Bai presses the button that increases the agility. He now takes a look at other things that were unlocked. Bai sees multiple things on the screen about the unlocked items. Most of them were consumables and ingredients. Bai feels a bit embarrassed as he obviously had many top quality weapons and professional sets, but he hasn't unlocked enough of his inventory. However, he had unlocked 2 top quality sets. Blood Armor Dragon Set and Dragon Spine Sword appear in the system. Starry Sky Prophet also appears sparking the light. Deep Space Beacon appears, which is a top-notch staff made of golden meteorites from the universe. Bai sees a river and asks multiple questions. He keeps on thinking if there are unknown elements that could change the original settings. Before getting this info, Bai believes that it would be better to join Princess Mina's party. Bai kneels down in front of Princess Mina. The original plot says that as long as Bai chooses to save Princess Mina, they will also become important backups and assistants in the later stages. Bai then starts moving down the cave. Many hanging figures appear in the cave. Some people in the main area seem to be fighting. As Bai moves forward, he sees 2 monsters who try to attack him. Bai shows his skill and knocks out one of the monsters while the other one gets pierced. Bai keeps on moving and the only battle left was with the main boss. Bai's level increased to 10 and the reputation system was also unlocked. Bai spots Princess Mina on the screen and learns the system notes his desperate actions have turned her camp against him. The rope in which they were hanging was cut by 2 blades. All of them fall and House is told to protect the princess. House comes behind the princess and lands on the ground. All of them safely land on the ground. House asks if the princess is okay and luckily she is fine. The one who landed badly on the ground was hurt a bit and was asking who did it. Bai appears saying that it was just a payback for how they cursed him behind his back. All the party of Princess Mina gets confused and looks towards Bai. They still can't recognize the person and Bai surprises them by opening his mask. Bai says the boss will be there in 1 minute and tells them to be ready without wasting any time. The team of Princess Mina finally recognizes Bai. The team of Princess Mina does not believe in Bai, but he cuts the rope that tied the princess. However, the princess was thankful to Bai for helping them. Bai says it was not the time to say thank you as the crisis would arrive shortly and they had to leave the place immediately. The parties of Princess Mina were not happy with Bai and they didn't want to follow him. Bai realizes that his language has an effect on Princess Mina and her party. Princess Mina goes on to take her stuff and orders her parties to stop talking and be in battle mode. The whole team of Princess Mina now gets ready for the battle. Bai now thinks that Mina's personality has not changed. Bai throws the blade to initiate the battle. The system shows the details of the thunderstorm trap. Lighting occurs and the phase 1 battle finally begins. Bai asks to give him 3 minutes and tells Princess Mina and her team to hold on. They couldn't believe what Bai was saying. The boss flies like a shadow and comes towards the place where everyone is waiting. The boss lands on the ground. Level 30 Madik, who is the Plague Beast clan leader. Madik tries to pick up something but gets struck with the current. He gets hurt and his life also decreases a little bit. They notice that Madik stepped on the thunderstorm trap which was left by Bai. Everyone now focuses on the boss. The boss does not get active and laughs at everyone. Madik first attacks House and he gets hurt even if he tries to block. Madik gets more aggressive and it was like a child playing with them. They start throwing arrows at the boss. Nothing happens to Madik. Madik feels like they are mocking him by attacking him. Madik attacks and breaks down everything that the group is using. Madik attacks another group member, but they narrowly escape. The whole team does not stop as they keep on fighting the Madik. Princess Mina takes a stand and also orders them to find a way to fight back. The boss now goes on attacking Princess Mina, saying that she may be the most delicious meal. Mina shows her power and tries to defend the attack of the boss. However, Mina couldn't stand the attack from the boss. Mina now laughs at Mina after it. Suddenly, Madik feels pain in his back. Madik gets hurt and his life also decreases. When Madik turned around, he was not aware who was there and it was none other than Bai. Bai had stabbed Madik and said he just added a little seasoning on his head. The system now gives details of the acid Styx river water. The boss tries to attack Bai. Bai flies above the boss and the team of Mina were shocked by it. The boss had been stabbed with the toxin that was from Styx river water. The acid hurt the boss a lot and it decreased his life. Madik smashes the ground and breaks it. However, the boss had not lost its sanity yet. It explodes and transforms into many corpses. The battle now ends entered the second phase. Many corpses appear there and they get confused. Bai says his team to deal with the corpses while he looks after the boss. The Mina's team does not believe that Bai will fight the boss alone. Now, Mina and her party start dealing with all the corpses that were coming in front of them. Bai comes face to face with the boss, which made the boss surprised. Bai now attacks with Scarlet Shen Fire. He goes on to take down the boss. Bai Chi goes on taking down the boss and he falls down. However, the monster was not hurt much and he was calling by a lamb who was just waiting to get slaughtered. The boss says that Chi's weakness is just like minced meat in the hands of a cook and he could have done anything. The monster grabs Chi's head and lifts him. Bai thinks that he must have died at least 30 times in the past. All the ongoing things were just the imagination of Bai. Suddenly, the monster runs towards Bai to kill him. The monster attacks Bai but he dodges and the axe lands on the ground. Bai realizes that Modic's attacks are fast and highly powered. In his current health condition, Chi could only withstand 2 direct attacks from Modic. Bai's agility is key. Avoiding hits, he endures the last 2 minutes, using poison to chip away boss's health, potentially passing the third phase. Modic points his axe at Bai and asks why he only dodges as he is going to kill him. The boss also talks about Bai's speed, which could be his confidence. Bai keeps on dodging the attacks made by the boss. Princess Mina appears and she is impressed by the speed of Bai. Mina also says that Bai is like a seasoned veteran. Modic's health decreases to half due to the poison and it may not be enough. Modic comes with his power and tries to see if he can chop Bai down or the poison kills himself. The third phase of the battle officially starts. Modic comes in his blood dance state, attacking Bai. The attack hurts Bai a little bit but he stands still. Bai realizes that in the third phase, it's quite difficult to dodge the attacks. Bai was not moving back with it as he was waiting for this phase. One of the members of Princess Mina's team decides to help Bai as he is injured. He tries to let Grey look after the corpses but she says she can't handle all of them. Modic comes with another attack that may take Bai's life. Modic attacks Bai and the boss thinks he disappeared. Surprisingly, Bai comes with the Shadow Sting power which even surprises the boss. The boss thinks about how can Bai have the teleportation ability. Both the boss and Bai get into close combat. In the third phase, the boss's attack speed slows and defense weakens, allowing Shadow Sting to be used within a specific radius. The boss feels more pain due to the toxin on his back while Bai makes more attacks on the boss. The attack hurts the boss and he asks why Bai always stabs in the back. Modic's life reaches to the end. Listening to the scream of the boss, the party of Princess Mina is also shocked. Again, the boss makes another attack on Bai that decreases his life. It does not let Bai back as he makes a return and goes on attacking the boss. Multiple figures such as Bai appear in front of the boss to attack him. The power appears to be thrusting while the actual Bai is on the ground. The attack hurts the boss a lot. However, it was enough for him as all the pain given by Bai was unbelievable. Modic again rolls his axe towards Bai. Modic uses blood-sucking rune which can absorb blood from a controlled target's body to replenish its own health. The armies of the boss also appear in front of him. Modic starts regenerating his health and the screen also shows some details. No one can believe the boss regenerating his health. Bai was also surprised by the blood-sucking skill of the boss. Bai feels like it's a death moment. The system shows the forbidden barrier. The boss was in the middle of the power used by Princess Mina and the boss realizes later. Princess Mina now comes in front of the boss to attack her. Mina also orders everyone to leave corpses and focus on attacking the boss. The regenerating health of the boss is interrupted by Mina and he goes on to attack the princess. The party of Princess Mina just looks at the moment and gets scared. The extreme attack made by the boss towards Princess Mina gets blocked by Bai. Mina thinks Bai got hurt and she says sorry. Bai says not to apologize as it was his fault to lose focus. Surprisingly, Bai regains his health. The boss gets irritated by it and he wants to kill Bai. Both Princess Mina and Bai get ready for the battle again. The battle now appears to decide who dies. The boss thinks that Bai is dangerous as his blood smells quite strong. The boss seems to run away from the moment. Corpses couldn't believe that the boss was running away. All the corpses lie on the ground screaming. The party of Princess Mina comes there and apologizes for coming late. However, Mina says that everyone survived the encounter with the boss. Bai runs saying that the crisis is not complete. Princess Mina says it's not the time for other things and they have to escape the place. Bai goes on to say that he has his own reason. Bai went to the boss with the shadow assassination formation attacking him. The boss gets hurt and his life completely goes down. Bai says that they can't let the boss escape as it may lead to an uncontrollable situation. The levels of Princess Mina and her party increase by 1. Finally, Modik gets defeated, which earned the team 320 gold coins. Bai's level also increases by 2 and reaches level 12. Bai and others can finally feel relief as they have passed the toughest challenge. The system shows all the things obtained by Bai Chi, Blood Dance Fury Axe, Necromancy, and blood-sucking mechanism. Princess Mina comes to Bai talking about the thing he did for her by blocking the attack. Bai says there are 2 favors that Mina owes to him, but it's time to escape and talk about it later. Bai questions about the correct judgment which was said by Mina. The word may be related to Reincarnated and Bai needs to find it out quickly. Bai Chi gets surrounded by Princess Mina and her team as everyone thanks him for saving them. One of them even felt ashamed as he said various things to Bai. He apologizes to Bai and says he is the true hero. The system now acknowledges Princess Mina's gratitude, boosting favorability toward Bai's faction, and resulting in an overall friendly evaluation. Bai asks questions about the rewards. He says while his favorability is high at this moment and wants to gather information. Bai says he is not a hero but a rekindler who everyone wants to get rid of. Bai notices that everyone doesn't seem to care at all about his rekindler identity. Princess Mina recognizes Bai's unique rekindler identity but acknowledges that his status as a target puts her and her party at risk as well. Mina says that she and her party must have a strong connection with rekindlers as they have been helped by other rekindlers in the past. Bai questions about another powerful rekindler. Bai asks Mina to tell more about another rekindler as he is a new one and wants to collect info. Princess says it's not suitable to stay there and will talk about it as they go. Bai along with Princess Mina and her party leaves the cave, but they need to be alert as there may be other monsters in the cave. They now start to talk about other rekindlers. Rekindlers are individuals who have died and return to life for unknown reasons, often possessing special abilities. Multiple figures of the rekindlers appear. They were first discovered after the first Fallen Star War. Rekindlers have different ways of thinking and behavior than ordinary people, but most of them are cruel and debauched. Some of them even disregard rules and act as if they are outsiders to this world. In the beginning, various countries did not pay much attention to them until an ancient prophecy from hundreds of years ago surfaced. The figure of an ancient prophecy appears. The general meaning of the prophecy is that the world will collapse and only rekindlers can restore and unify it. As a result, each country sees rekindlers as heretics and resists the idea of outsiders reclaiming authority gained from the division. The rekindler who helped Princess Mina and her party was completely different. He was powerful yet gentle and refined without a wild and debauched aura. Mina realizes that the one who helped her was very similar to Bai Chi. Princess now says that meeting Bai is all her fortune. While Princess Mina faces her own challenges, Bai's fate is likely to be even more unfortunate due to the world's hostility towards rekindlers. Mina turns around and throws a knife towards Bai. It was a dagger that was given to Mina by the rekindler that she was talking about. Bai watches carefully at the dagger. The system shows another detail of the obscure gaze of the watcher. The dagger's damage rivals that of a crafted knife and can conceal the wearer's identity without needing high-level items. Bai gets surprised by hearing it as he has never heard anything about a dagger like that. Mina says that the dagger can hide Bai's true identity as a rekindler and reduce unnecessary threats. Mina also discloses that it can help Bai to find the rekindler who gave the dagger. The party of Princess Mina questions her about giving the important dagger to Bai and they try to object. However, Princess says that it's her decision which she made after careful consideration and they do not need to make any objections. Bai now thinks if the dagger is beneficial for reputation improvement. Bai is thankful to Princess Mina for giving dagger to him. Bai advises Mina to stay kind and righteous as always, but Mina retorts that she isn't meant to be a king precisely because of her goodness. As the last bloodline of the Kingdom of Stars, Princess Mina should have lived a life revered by all as a member of the royal family. The image shows if Mina had become the queen, she would have been respected by everyone in the kingdom. A disaster struck as extraterrestrial invaders shattered the world's guardian into 8 fragments, plunging the world into chaos. The deep space expedition ship, devoid of life, carried unknown genes that caused species mutations, leading to apocalyptic crises worldwide. Figures of unknown genes that appeared to be monsters were shown. To safeguard the world, the Kingdom of Stars rallied its forces, uniting under 8 lords to wage war against the mutant army in the first Fallen Star War. The image of the war was shown. Despite the Mana GED's destruction of much of the mutant army and depletion of its resources, coupled with intentional negligence from the 8 lords during the war, the Kingdom of Stars crumbled and the 8 lords declared independence, each taking a fragment of the World Stone. Although these events happened 100 years ago, As the last bloodline of the Kingdom of Stars, Princess Mina is still seen as a throne in the eyes. Mina is also seen as a throne in the flesh by the 8 rebellious nations, but the more Mina suppressed, the more determined she becomes to embark on the difficult path of restoring the kingdom. The party now stands behind Princess Mina. One member of the Mina's party talks with Bai if he had killed the corpses before he came to save the party. He now says that Bai has got some skills by not choosing to become their enemy. The member of Mina's party who often spoke about death felt relief upon reaching the cave exit, grateful for surviving. Princess Mina also suggests everyone be quick to leave the cave. Upon reaching the exit, Mina felt uneasy in the light from outside the cave. Bai and everyone now escape the cave and see the breathtaking view. Princess Mina feels happy to be outside as she has not seen warm sunlight for a long time. She says that the feeling of regaining freedom is truly amazing. Mina's party also gets happy with the freedom they have after all the pain. Princess Mina turns to Bai Chi and again shows gratitude towards him. Bai says it's nothing and the dagger she gave to him is enough as a favor. Bai also asks them about their next plan. However, Bai knows the next move. He thinks it's better to ask them if there are any changes. Mina says that there's one thing they had to do and Bai wants to know it. Gray says it's important while House says not to hide anything from Bai. Mina also says that House is right that nothing to hide from Chi. They start saying that they originally hired a capable group of mercenaries, but they betrayed halfway, leaving them in a dangerous situation. Those mercenaries even took something important from Mina and now she must retrieve it. It was a star core, a necklace from the core of the Shattered World Stone, which was the symbol of the royal bloodline of the Kingdom Stars. The star core is also an important special item in the game. Mina says it's all because of her weakness and naivety, blindly believing in their lies. One of the members of her party says that it has nothing to do with her as they failed to protect her. Others also say that their weakness is the only reason for it. So, Mina must find them to chase them to the end of the world no matter how much time it takes. Bai says there is no need to go that far and it won't take time. Bai asks if they'll believe him when he says he knows where these people are. Everyone gets confused with that. Everyone starts asking questions to Bai about that person who Princess Mina now wishes to meet. While her team members ask questions to Bai, Mina looks silently. Bai says that he is not lying or joking and asks if he has ever deceived them from the beginning. To that question, everyone agrees. However, all of them still get confused with the things said by Bai. Princess Mina also says that they still doubt Bai and she feels sorry for that. Mina is now taking a breath of relief, but she had already prepared herself for the worst. Now, Bai says not to worry about it, but he can't explain the reason but can pinpoint the location of the mercenary group. Bai tells Mina to follow him. Finally, Mina believes in Bai. Suddenly, someone screams from the top saying not to get physical when talking to a lady. Another says not to interfere as the princess has not said anything. The system now shows the details of a burnt jungle that was burned by the underground fire. The fire hasn't incinerated life completely. Instead, it maintains a relatively balanced ecosystem. Multiple creatures appear screaming there. It appears a lizard gets hunted and then it is put on fire to be eaten by the people living there. Due to that, people get shocked saying that the place is not for humans. Finally, a mercenary group named Righteous Alliance has nearly 30 members gets introduced. 3 members of the mercenary group, Marshall, Kara, and Yuri are talking with each other while eating the lizard. Marshall wants to know the reason behind them living in the burnt jungle while Kara also wants to know despite the boss saying that he had his own arrangements. Yuri, who is the deputy commander, asks the boss about their stay there as she hates heat. The boss finally appears, who is named Hades, and looks at his members. Marshall and Kara turn around and they notice the boss. Hades continuously stares at the necklace that he has on his hand and they talk about it. The boss comes to them and says that the reason behind his guarding for so many days was to prevent any accidents. Hades asks them what if the woman escapes from the whaling cave. Hades says that he has started regretting not killing directly. Marshall says that the boss is being too cautious and he thinks that everyone in the whaling cave can't survive due to their abilities. Kara also says the same thing and believes that everyone has already died. Yuri also goes on to talk about the thing done by the woman that led her to the cave. Princess Mina appears asking why they betrayed her when she trusted them. The boss holds the mouth of Princess Mina and talks about betrayal, saying that it was a help for her. The boss asks Mina if she wants to restore her country and offers their help, but in return, he wants the necklace and to become his woman. Princess Mina denies giving the necklace to the boss even if she dies. The boss says Mina is a stubborn woman. The boss then blackmails Mina about her party as he appears to kill them. The party of Mina also appears to get ready for the battle. The boss asks the princess if she can watch her party being killed in front of her. Princess Mina gets angry and worried after the boss statement. The boss says stupid people don't deserve this world and says to pay a visit to the nearby Anka village. Marshall asks if they are leaving the place and also confesses that he is tired of all the women in her group. He then takes the lady on his shoulder while the lady screams. A person in the group talks about Marshall taking away the lady. He then asks the boss about the necklace and also suggests he sell it in the nearby country. He says all 8 countries are after woman due to their necklace. So, if they sell the necklace, then they don't have to worry about anything, but if they mishandle it, they may face problems. The boss throws a knife in the ground, agreeing with his person's suggestion. No one has thought that the simple escort mission could bring a lot of fortune. The boss says that it must be sold, and the closest country to them is Ilena Duchy. The boss talks about the country, saying that everyone there is poor. So, it's better to sell it to the Hades earldom as they have more money. However, he heard that the Hades and Wembak were engaged in a small-scale war over a border issue. The screen now shows the details about Hades earldom as Ilena Duchy and Wembak earldom. The boss talks about the influence of the necklace. He says that even in the chaotic world, it remains unchanged, and the gem is said to be inherited by a royal orphan. It can also be said that the value of this gem surpasses the combined benefits of all wars tenfold. After hearing it, then, the person says to keep it by themselves and use it to establish their own country. However, he considers that after studying it for a few days, it's just an ordinary gem and can't feel the power. The boss says that if one wants to live, it's best not to covet power that one can control. The boss keeps on saying that they are not like those fanatics from the suffering cult who use their own flesh and blood in exchange for power. In their limited lives, it's more important to make money and live happily more than anything else. The boss sees his team members lying on the ground. Princess Mina now talks about the boss levels and numbers and thinks about how to get the necklace back. The party of Princess Mina also thinks of making a move in such a disadvantageous situation. Bai says they don't have time to wait until nightfall and they still have 3 hours left. Princess Mina says that it's quite hard to deal with the boss as he is skilled not only in acting but also sharp. Bai says there's still a chance. The party of Princess Mina gets alerts with it and asks if Bai has another plan. Bai says their biggest disadvantage is the number, but he happens to have a way to make up for the difference in quantity. Deep in the burnt jungle, there is a nest of red fire spiders. Despite having low levels, their numbers are great. Bai says first he will go to the monster's nest. While ensuring your own safety, try to lure out as many monsters as possible. After that, lure them to the mercenaries' location and transfer the monsters' aggro onto the mercenaries. No matter how many common monsters there are, it's difficult to reduce their numbers. After all, their levels are not that low. The role of the most common monsters is just to create chaos unexpectedly. The key to the success of the plan depends on whether Bai can lure the red spider's boss to the mercenaries' camp. No one understands and a big spider appears. The spider is introduced as a red fire widow who is the area boss level 30. One asks Bai if he is going to lure the boss alone. The Mina's party believes that the plan of Bai is interesting, but it is not that easy. Also, the princess and the cat can only use invisibility spells. Princess Mina talks about her invisibility, saying that she can only be used individually and can't be done in a group. Cat dismisses the idea of invisibility, opting instead to tackle the problem directly. Bai says that as long as they follow the plan, no one will die. Then, they get items that spark. The system shows the details of the items, which were named Shadow of Solitude. Other items include Whispers of the Divine and Frost Grenade. Everyone was surprised and shocked when Bai gave all those items to them. Bai says that he unlocked the deep space items due to hard work. Princess Mina was also impressed when Bai gave all those items, as even the king of the 8 countries couldn't do it. She says that deep space original artifacts are extremely rare and exclusively used by royalty. The Deep Space Observer Academy's replication of deep space items has made them common, but their flaws emphasize the worth of the originals. Even among the 8 countries, there's a religious cult devoted to worshipping the original deep space artifacts. Bai asked Princess if she used ancestral items to buy mercenaries on the black market only to lose all her money and the ancestral necklace. Princess Mina is surprised by it and asks how Bai knew it. Bai says that he just made a guess and knows everything about her. Bai says not to worry as everything will be restored, and he made a promise. Mina looks scared and thanks Bai, and his words make her feel assurance. The system then shows the ways, which include completing designated tasks, defeating regressors, and accumulating soul points for redemption. Bai now thinks that the ways are not difficult and he will start collecting more points after helping Princess Mina to retrieve the Star Core. Bai Princess Mina and the party now get ready for their plan. Ahead of them, there was Red Fire Nest. The gang sees a red fire spider hatchling level 5. Everyone now starts killing those spiders by stepping into them. They started loving the feeling of stepping on those spiders. The gang felt like it was a stress-relieving thing. Princess Mina was focused on destroying spider eggs and told her party to follow the plan of Bai. After that, everyone starts chopping the spider eggs, but one of them still questions Bai's prediction, while the tiger tells him to do the thing and trust Bai unconditionally. Level 18 adult red fire spider appears behind them. Everyone was talking about the plans made by Bai, but they were not aware of adult red fire spiders. Another big spider comes ordering spiders to howl. The big spider was a red fire widow with a level of 30. Bai asks the big spider if she feels her eggs being destroyed. So, Bai thought that Princess Mina and the party successfully executed the first step of the plan. Red Fire Widow gets angry and asks if Bai is challenging her. Bai turns around and asks the reason behind it. Red Fire Widow challenges her opponent to beat her and promises to reveal her skills. The Red Fire Widow turns into a lady connected with a spider web in the tree. She says that Bai is not an ordinary human. The lady comes close to Bai and holds him, saying to join her in lovemaking to make children as her eggs have been destroyed. Bai gets confused about the lovemaking question. Bai questions if she meant injecting neurotoxins, leading to euphoric consumption. Bai says he does not have an interest in being her breeding farm. The spider then throws her toxins towards Bai. Bai turns around and tries to escape the attack, and he is aware of the spider being angry. Bai flees, emphasizing that luring the boss from its territory is the true victory. However, the boss was above Bai and he got confused. She then throws the web to trap Bai. In the game, the boss won't leave its territory no matter what provocation. As Bai escapes, the Red Fire Widow ponders his flight, sensing her dominance. Bai stops as he lures the Red Fire Widow to the edge, thinking that she will now behave differently. The Red Fire Widow says that she does not have an interest in weak males. Bai thinks to try something else to lure her. He then asks if she was trying to know the reason, and he tries to confess it. Bai claims he was sent by his captain to harvest her silk for quality equipment. He insists there are 30 men in the camp and he's not afraid of her. Red Fire Widow was surprised by hearing 30 robust males. The spider now gets excited, thinking that if she takes 30 males, then she will have so many children. The spider also tells him to take her there or she will kill him. Bai realizes the game's setting mirrors the original but isn't entirely accurate. Bai leverages game knowledge and creativity for previously impossible feats. So, Bai thinks it's the true way to play in this world as it gets more interesting. They run towards the mercenary camp and are chased by many red fire spiders. Princess Mina says they must get close to the camp's edge and go invisible to transfer the spiders' aggro to mercenaries. For success, divide into 4 groups, encircling the mercenary camp completely, denying them any escape. Princess Mina says they have to work in perfect harmony and they can't waste Bai's top-notch items. As the group reaches the camp, they disperse in different directions to surround the camp. 2 people from the mercenary camp were laid on the ground. The boss says the injury wasn't caused by the beast, as he says that someone slit their throats with a sharp dagger. They don't know who did it but assume that it may have been done by the group of Princess Mina. The boss thinks that no one in the group has the level of weaponry and clean execution, but if not them, who could it be? Another person from the camp goes to the captain, saying that their camp was invaded. They mention swarms of spider monsters surrounding them, but he managed to escape while on patrol. The captain is shocked by the news and can't believe that the woman escaped from the cave. The whole mercenary camp gets attacked from all sides, and the people there try to escape. However, there was no way to escape as the spiders surrounded them from every side. The main spider goes on attacking the captain. The monster spider grabs the captain. Other members, Maxell, Kara, and Yuri also get attacked by the spiders, but they try to fight the main one who grabbed the captain. The team seeks help from their boss, who's been captured by the spider. The captain manages to escape from the trap of the spider. The team urges to fight the spiders, but the boss insists they take the money and flee, realizing they've been set up at the camp. One of them asks about other people on the camp, but the boss says they are meant to take hits in the critical moment. After that, they run away and try to escape the camp. However, in front of them, the main spider, or Red Widow boss, arrives. All of their money gets disrupted. The Red Widow boss thinks that Bai is true as she sees many strong men with whom she can have many eggs. The Red Widow boss starts wrapping people into her web. She also starts throwing toxins at them. The captain tries to tackle the toxin, but the Red Widow boss recognizes the captain whom Bai was talking about. Bai had lied about the things done by the captain. The captain was confused about what the Red Widow boss was saying about the kid. Yuri goes on asking for help from the captain. Yuri does not want to die, so the captain holds his hand. Yuri's life was decreased, but one was held by the captain. he was thankful for not being abandoned. Surprisingly, the captain throws Yuri towards the Red Widow boss. The captain insists on assessing others' abilities before fighting, opting to run instead. All of them are dealing with the spider while the captain thinks that he can escape alone. Other people in the group were shocked as the boss was leaving them. The captain realizes that his painstakingly built team was destroyed, which frustrated him. Still, he has the most important thing, which is the necklace, and with that, he can make a comeback. After escaping, the captain goes to see Princess Mina. The captain recognizes the princess and thinks that everything that was going on was done by her. He decides to attack her. When the captain makes his move, the princess is using deep space artifact. The captain was shocked by it and couldn't believe how would the princess have such a top-tier artifact. As the captain looks on, Bai suddenly appears behind, holding a knife to his neck, citing things beyond his understanding. The captain is unaware of Bai and turns around trying to attack him. The captain then realizes that Bai was the person who was making all these plans. The captain underestimates Bai, thinking he's just a weak level 10 assassin. The captain then goes to attack by asking if he can deal with it. Bai shows his speed ability and dodges the attack. Shocked by Bai's speed and agility, the captain questions if he's truly only level 10. Bai questions why all the plans were made if they were going to go head-to-head anyway. Bai prepares for battle, eager to test who can last longer. The captain and Bai come face to face with each other. The captain throws his power to Bai. However, Bai dodges it while the captain reminds him of a stealth assassin. Bai again flips while the captain keeps not making attacks. Now, Bai gets ready to deal with the captain. Bai talks about the battle experiences and says that the determining factor to success is skill. So, Bai turns around and attacks the captain. The attacks cause a small damage to the captain. Despite the captain's combo attack, Bai countered effectively, surprising the captain with his battle experience exceeding expectations. However, their skill does not matches. Bai makes a surprising thing saying that he would take him down by cheating. The system shows details of the class crest. Bai uses shadow assassination and he uses level 50 skills to crush the captain. Bai puts it into himself and does shadow assassination formation. The one who was hurt and got down onto the ground was the captain. The captain couldn't believe it and he thought it was an illusion. Bai keeps using the skill while the captain realizes that he will die if he does not escape from there. The captain tries to escape while many big hands which Bai uses skills grab him. Those hands pull him down and crush him into the ground. Bai takes the necklace and explains that if the captain were his enemy, he would be dead, but he spared him due to a promise he made to someone. When Bai takes the necklace, the side quest is completed. After that, Bai obtained 8,000 soul points and 3 account unlock points. He then gives the necklace to Princess Mina and leaves the rest to her. Bai says if Mina has anything to ask, do it quickly. Princess Mina then goes near the captain and asks why he didn't kill them directly but threw them in the cave. The captain says that he just wanted Princess Mina to die painfully. He also goes on to say that he regrets not killing her in the start and he now accepts his fate. Bai says that even at his death door, the captain is still stubborn. Bai says didn't kill the captain as he was gambling with the princess luck. The captain gets attacked again, but he gets pulled by the Red Widow boss. The captain says he would rather be sucked dry than die in Bai's hand, and he gets wrapped in the web. The Red Widow boss appears before Bai, Princess Mina, and their gang, announcing she's found him. The Red Widow boss now tries to pick on Bai as the camp that he led was cleared up. Bai then tells everyone in his team to step back as he is going to handle the boss. Princess Mina and the party tell Bai that they can't let him fight alone as he has done a lot for the team. They want Bai to help in the battle with the boss. The Red Widow boss gets aggressive and says she will kidnap Bai and kill the woman. The Red Widow boss gets ready to deal with the whole team and goes towards them. One from the team says to roar loudly. Due to that, the Red Widow boss notices it and asks who dared to do it. A big foot appears there and steps on the Red Widow boss. Bai was also surprised by it and noticed that it was an ancient dragon. A big ancient then screams behind the Red Widow boss. The roaring sound discomforts everyone. Bai can't believe that the dragon was there. The dragon then steps on the Red Widow boss in an aggressive way. The whole team of Princess Mina also gets shocked. They now ask Bai if they run away or face the dragon. Bai says everyone to stand still and not to make any sudden movements. Bai now needs to find another solution quickly. The Red Widow boss tells the dragon to leave her or she will drain her. The dragon backs off from the boss, who interprets it as fear. Suddenly, the dragon eats the boss and curses him to pieces. The delay caused by the red fire spider gave Bai time to calm down and recall information about the dragon. Bai thinks that the original name of the black dragon should be Guardian Dragon Daijin Black. Originally, one of 3 dragons guarding the world's soul, a powerful male black dragon alongside red and blue female dragons, all legendary beings. Bai knows the location and has faced this hidden boss countless times after reaching the maximum level. Encountering it now means certain death. The black dragon now makes a move and everyone says that the dragon is about to breathe fire which could kill them. However, Bai tells the dragon not to kill them as they are not its enemy. The black dragon looks confused and this makes the dragon stop breathing the fire. The team of Princess Mina gets surprised by what Bai said which made the dragon breathe fire. Princess Mina says Bai spoke the dragon language. The black dragon is also surprised by it and asks Bai how he knows the dragon language. Bai claims to understand not only the dragon language but also its noble and hidden identity as an honorable guardian. The system shows that Bai used the Dragon Whisper book. The system also gives details about Dragon Whisper in the skill book. By using those languages, Bai greets and offers the dragon in an impressive way. The dragon is surprised by all those things said by Bai. The dragon asks Bai how he knew all its identities and tells him to reveal his own identity or kill him. The dragon warns Bai that he can't be deceived by words and declares eternal distrust towards humans. Bai gets silent and thinks if the wound of the dragon is fresh. In the original game, Daijin Black didn't harm humans. Bai ponders if recent events are linked to the regressor. The dragon shouts at Bai telling him to speak or die. Bai requests the dragon not to get angry and says he wouldn't dare to deceive him. Bai reveals he knows the dragon language as the last descendant of Starshine royalty, deeply bonded with the dragon. Then, Bai introduces the dragon to Princess Mina saying that she is the last bloodline of the Starshine royalty. From inside, Princess Mina is worried and afraid but she maintains her aura to be happy and calm to maintain the situation. Bai talks about the contract in which the dragon must protect the princess. The dragon assumes Bai is threatening him, but Bai clarifies he protects the world's soul, maintaining balance, not tending to humans. The dragon dismisses the contract with the Starshine royalty as mere amusement, ending with the kingdom's fall. The dragon questions Bai's words about being the last royalty as he conjures someone from nowhere. The dragon then gets angry saying that he lost his patience but decides to give Bai a last chance. The chance was to prove the thing or he will die. Bai Chi starts to talk about the necklace as the dragon asks for proof of what he is saying. He says that the core star can only be possessed by the bloodline of the royal family. The dragon asks if this is enough to prove and shows his rage. With anger, the dragon breathes fire from his mouth that hits Princess Mina. Bai was also there to grab the princess to save her. The dragon gets angry and keeps on breathing fire. The dragon warns, any mortal who dares touch the revered star core shall perish, without exception. Bai says that the dragon attacked before he finished and that the dragon was breaking the rules and regulations. Bai goes on to say that the dragon has completely lost its dignity as a guardian and fallen into darkness. Approaching Princess Mina, Bai reveals his final method to break the deadlock. Bai knows it will inflict immense harm and pain upon her. Princess Mina tells Bai she's willing to endure any pain to ensure their survival. Bai prepares, explaining that the method will ensure their survival, yet it will burden the princess. He gently lowers her down, ready to proceed. The member of Princess Mina asks Bai about the next move. Bai then says that he must not let the princess know a single word. He then asks about Bai's next move. Suddenly, Bai goes on attacking the princess with the knife. Bai stabs the princess between her chests. He promises to use the most precise technique to minimize her pain. Bai does not deeply insert the knife into the princess's body. He then takes out the knife. After removing the bloodied knife from the princess, he tries to stab it into the necklace. The dragon then breathes fire to kill him. The dragon keeps on throwing fire from his mouth. Suddenly, a figure appears there which leaves the dragon shocked as he can never forget that person. The figure was then introduced as the first king of the Starshine Kingdom, Minitalist Starshine. Minitalist Starshine's sudden appearance terrifies the dragon, though he has been dead for centuries. The dragon thinks that it must be an illusion. Bai lifts the princess, challenging the dragon to fight to determine if it's an illusion. Despite that, the dragon dares to fight and tackle the moment. He keeps on attacking by throwing fire. The dragon keeps on breathing fire to destroy Minitalist Starshine. The dragon now gets angry and says Bai shouldn't have used the Minitalist image to provoke him. The Minitalist Starshine then says if the dragon still thinks it's an illusion. The dragon is surprised by the words said by the Minitalist Starshine. The Minitalist Starshine then comes close to the dragon showing his face. After that, the Minitalist Starshine tries to show his power. He asks if the dragon still thinks it's an illusion. Minotaur's Starshine's sudden movement frightens the dragon as he slams his legs into the ground. The dragon is surprised and realizes that it's not an illusion. The dragon claims to have seen Minotaur's Starshine's death with his own eyes. The dragon was astonished by the heaven-defying power concealed within the star core. Minotaur's Starshine then goes on attacking the dragon, which he couldn't believe. Minotaur then slams his sword into the dragon's head, which decreases his life. The dragon thinks that Princess Mina is the descendant of Minotaur. The dragon, enraged, declares it failed to kill her before and now targets her descendant. The Minotaur's Starshine then shows power in front of the dragon, leaving him to wonder if Starshine is using parry. When hit, use a shield to deflect and stun the opponent, boosting your next attack. The party of Princess Mina is surprised by the power used by the Minotaur's Starshine. Bai acknowledges the first king's power but aims to end the battle before his fatal flaw is revealed. The dragon again gets scared by the move made by the Minotaur's Starshine. After a century, the dragon still wonders why the Minotaur wielded such power. The Minotaur's sword nears, causing the dragon's heart to tremble and stirring long-buried memories. The memories that the dragon was recalling was when he first met the Minotaur. The dragon labels the Minotaur a recluse and urges them to abandon their cave dwelling and join forces. The Minotaur introduces himself as the human king and invites the dragon to join forces in protecting the world. The dragon tries to attack the Minotaur while he jumps with the sword. The Minotaur questions the dragon's fear of death and offers one final chance. The Minotaur acknowledges the dragon's resentment but suggests working together until the dragon feels strong enough to challenge him to a battle to the death. The dragon gets silent with the things said by the Minotaur. Despite being overpowered now, the dragon is confident in its longevity and eventual ability to defeat the human. A big castle appears from where the dragon will carry the Minotaur on his back and flies. People of that place also praise the Minotaur. Before the dragon could strike, Minotaur died in the First Starfall War. After that, the dragon regained his freedom but was not able to kill the Minotaur by himself, which became his biggest regret. The dragon now thinks even after 100 years, he can't even shake his shadow. Minotaur then shoves his sword into the ground, creating a huge clash. It also cracks the land where the dragon was staying. It left the dragon shocked. Due to that, the dragon still gets intimidated by Minotaur's power. The Minotaur's actions anger and frighten the dragon. Memories of weakness resurface, along with the haunting feeling of being pursued even beyond death. The dragon questions if the Minotaur is employing the same tactic to subdue his descendant. The dragon then gets angry and says he will now never bow to anyone. The dragon then starts throwing fire. He keeps on throwing the fire and says no one can restrict him anymore. The dragon rants wildly, spewing fire as it speaks. The party of Princess Mina also sees the dragon fleeing the scene. One of them then asks Bai why didn't he kill the dragon. Bai concludes that scaring off the first king was the best outcome since the time to summon him had expired. The black dragon's mental state remains unstable due to its incomplete recovery from the First Starfall War. Given the princess's current level, the summoned first king wouldn't have been able to subdue the black dragon for long. The system indicates that player Zeki has vanquished numerous foes and amassed 40,000 soul points. The items obtained include an ancient treasure chest covered in saliva. Daegu and Glai also get leveled up, but Daegu says he is not feeling good at all. Glai suggests that witnessing such immense power firsthand might make one feel insignificant. Princess Mina was on the ground and her party was concerned about her condition. Bai then says that Mina's body is fine, but she is mentally exhausted and it will take at least 10 days for her to wake up. Before they go, they have to look at what's in the treasure chest. They think that the treasure chest contains various valuable things. However, they retreat upon hearing